Hey there, fellow adult collectors, welcome back. David Eon here with another item for your consideration up from the museum and by request, Mattel's Space 1999 9-inch action figure series. Now, Mattel made two different action figure sets. The 9-inch series, which is what you're looking at here, and this is pretty much it. There's only 4 pieces. They never continued with the line. And there was also the Eagle 1 playset with the minifigures, and they had made that, but they planned on making other minifigures, and it never happened. They just didn't continue, probably because the show was canceled. Space 1999 only had 2 seasons, even though the show was absolutely brilliant. It is one of my all-time favorite, and you see I got the box set right here. One of my all-time favorite sci-fi television series. If I had a top 5 list, Space 1999 would be on it, bar none. And that is a Gerry Anderson production. Let's see, Space 1999 right here. Gigantic box set, 17 DVDs. It's really not necessary for 2 seasons, but really excellent writing, excellent special effects, especially considering there was no CGI, so they had to improvise quite a bit, and they were good at it. The acting, the storyline, everything about this was great. Even the music in this show is great for the time period. And, you know, if you're not familiar with Gerry Anderson, look him up. You probably know him best from Thunderbirds, even though he did a lot of super marionation, and that's what that is called, super marionation. This is just one of Gerry Anderson's many projects, as is Space 1999. But huge fan of this growing up, still a fan of it. And I put this set together, and it wasn't easy. It is not easy to find this stuff mint on the card or mint in the box at all anymore. They've gotten very rare, very difficult to find, and in particular, this packaging is notoriously flimsy. Cereal box cardboard packaging. Same type of packaging used with the Mattel Welcome Back Kotter figures, and in fact this is a lot closer to Mattel's Welcome Back Kotter than you might think. They're using the exact same body molds. This body that's on these figures is the Sunshine family body that has been retooled and repurposed to make Space 1999 figures, which is a common practice with toy companies to just retool a body. One of the major drawbacks of this, of course, is that the way these hands are designed, it's not possible really for him to hold any of his accessories. He's got that plastic belt with his little gun and his communicator, and he can't really hold them. they don't work. And just to show you here, I mean, this is super thin, literally cereal box cardboard here. Love the artwork on this. And I love what they did with the artwork. If you line these 3 figures up, you see that they just kind of reworked the art so that the figure that is presented in the package becomes the dominant character on the front of the artwork. But that is really excellent work. And I'm a huge fan of box and card art, which is getting to be a lost art in the modern era. Oh, and for comparison, here is a loose Horshack. It was a little shorter, primarily because of his head, but you look at the hands and you can see this is exactly the same body. They just made new clothes for him and molded a new head. And 7 points of articulation: hips, knees, shoulders, and head. The arms are kind of rubbery, but there's no wire or anything in them. They're just rubbery arms. Now, these were produced in, I want to say, 1976. They appeared in the 1976 Mattel Toy Fair catalog, 1976 and 1977. Although the copyright on the figures is 1975, I don't think they were actually released to market until 1976. If anybody knows better than me, they can go ahead and post it in the comment section, because I can't remember everything, folks. I try, but I can't remember everything. Notice the price tag. I'll give you an idea of what this costs. $1.99 when this was sold, and yes, that is a family dollar price tag. You didn't know they were around that long, did you? Still sporting the same logo after all these years. Same font in red. However much this one was, you can't be entirely sure, because somebody attempted to remove that price tag, and it looks like it said Caldors. Who remembers Caldors? There used to be a Caldors near where I lived when I grew up on the East Coast. And again, these three are sealed. And if you think you remember these being more like a Mego figure, you are thinking of Palitoy. You're thinking of Palitoy figures, which are essentially Megos, carded the same articulation and everything. Palitoy in the late 70s did make, or mid to late 70s, like around the same time period, did make Space 1999 action figures. They are desperately rare, even more so than these. So, quick look at the card art on the back, and then we'll take a look at the playset. And all three of them essentially have the exact same artwork on the back. Just a sketch showing you the three of the main characters. There were more than three primary characters. You could compare it to Star Trek, how really the main characters were Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, and the rest of them were supporting characters. So they made the three main characters but did not produce any supporting characters, which it's too bad. I would have liked to have seen them go further with this line. They just didn't. And we'll go ahead and we'll pull up this Space 1999 Moonbase Alpha Control Room and Launch Monitor Center. It says Star Flash Computer. Really lights up. Play area is 18 by 30 by 11. That's 11 inches high, 18 inches deep, and 30 inches wide when assembled. And essentially it's like this vinyl over cardboard kind of playset inside, and all you're going to see is sketches of it. You know, the type of playsets, because you've seen Mego used to make a lot of playsets like that back in the day. But there's no actual photograph anywhere on this box. It's all drawings. And this one has never been opened, so I cannot really demonstrate what's inside this package. See, Moonbase Alpha set. Vinyl covered walls, TV monitor screens, console, readout dials, chair, table, Star Flash computer, 9.5 inches tall, working flash, or flasher rather, light and switch. Control room and launch monitor center designed for 9-inch Space 1999 action figures. Printed labels, blah blah blah, so that you don't expect anything to actually work. And on the top here is your original price, and that's a Toys R Us clearance sticker, and it looks like it eventually sold for $1.90. I'd buy these for $1.90 all day long if you got them. So I'm sorry, it says battery and action figures not included. Of course, sorry I can't show you what it actually looks like. There are many loose examples, well not too many, but there are several loose examples, maybe 5 or so on eBay. As far as boxed examples, I'm not sure if there are any currently available, at least not sealed. But I am fortunate enough to have a sealed playset as well as 3 sealed carded figures. Any other fans of Space 1999 out there? I mean, I can't be the only one, but I think it was a brilliantly done show. And Jerry Anderson was a genius, and his special effects with miniatures was brilliant. Great music, interesting show, well written. I could watch this series over and over again. And I have seen it many times, particularly in syndication, you know, growing up, watching it on UHF, seeing repeats. Although most of my experience with watching this was in black and white, because, yes, for those of you who are younger viewers, there is such a thing as black and white television, or there used to be. And that's how many of us grew up, watching black and white television, cathode ray sets with analog sound. Nothing like what you see today. And those things were heavy and much more expensive than modern televisions, believe it or not. So what do you think? Do you have these? Does anybody have these who's watching this right now? If you don't have this series, is this something that you would be interested in? Is this in your wheelhouse? Vintage action figure collectors or sci-fi collectors who are just like, wow, yeah, Space 1999, I remember that show. Or if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Space 1999 and $6 Million Man are better written than you think. If you remember them from childhood and you go back and you watch it now, you get a new appreciation for it, for the dialogue and the writing. What do you think of this set? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new. All of that good stuff. Much appreciated. Check out some of our other videos. We do a lot more than just vintage showcases on this channel. We're kind of all in nostalgia here. I do Toy Fair catalog tours, and we do toy industry discussions. And weekly roundups. Lots of things like that. The artwork on this box is a lot more simple than the artwork on the cards. It looks like they didn't invest as much effort in drawing this as they did with these. Put more work into the card art. One thing I would like to get, be kind of a grail for me, is the Eagle 1 playset. I'm always on the lookout for it when I go to shows. Can never find one complete, and I know people are like, you know, buy it in pieces and put it together. You know, the problem with that is by the time you find all the pieces and put it together, you'll end up having had paid twice as much for it, because individual pieces sell for more than if you bought it complete. That's why you see a lot of dealers like on eBay, they'll have like 100 pieces of something because they tore the whole thing apart, and they do that on purpose to maximize profit. That's how you know they're not collectors, because a collector couldn't do it. Couldn't tear something apart and sell it piece by piece. But a dealer who doesn't care about the stuff absolutely can and will. Just tear everything apart and sell it in chunks. So yeah, it's cheaper to get it complete in the long run. That goes for any playset or any figure, really. a close look at the accessories there real quick. But yeah, that's always on my hit list, is trying to find that Eagle One playset, the Mattel Eagle One. I was supposed to get one in a Secret Santa in the 70s, and it was never given to me. And I still don't have it. I still don't have it. But, you know, I'll find one eventually. Anyway, that'll do it for now. And what more can I say? But thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.